Good evening. We're boarding our special flight today with destinations beyond our solar system. A reminder that emergency exits are 2 to the front, 2 to the side, and the aft staircase in the rear. Though we hope you'll just pause and finish later. We'd like to thank our supporters. We know you have many podcasts to choose from. If you'd like to join our supporters for early access to episodes and other goodies, patreon.com/exoplanetary. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Exoplanetary, the adventures of the spacefaring Wolverton family and their friends far in the future. Tonight's episode, Far Above the World.
After our adventure on the planet Violon, Mother Invention and I decided that we should locate some form of spacecraft to enable us to travel from planet to planet. Without me carrying her, that is. The purpose of our journey changed from searching for my missing lover, Peter, to acting as wandering troubleshooters, offering assistance to those asking for our help.
She means becoming superheroes.
No, I'm not fond of that word.
What else would you call it? Superheroes emerged from your favorite period, the 20th century. You should be thrilled that I'm paying attention.
Superheroes emerged from the Great Depression, the lowest point in the 20th century. They were inexpensive cultural expressions of hope, 10-cent totems made of paper and ink. Their popularity ebbed and flowed over the years since then, peaking in times of economic and social instability.
Like now.
Ugh.
Here we are, right on time and ready to save the day. Ta-da!
I'm always happy to help, but I don't want people to expect miracles from me.
What, like God?
I suppose so. What I mean is, I don't want to punch every problem I encounter.
Well, we've done what we can to help people out on a few different worlds. No reason for you to feel the weight of the universe on your shoulders.
I suppose not.
If you want something practical to worry about, we could find a spaceship.
I did promise that, didn't I?
You'd think on one of these planets we'd encounter a used spaceship lot or something.
Just haven't found the right planet yet. Maybe there's one past that nebula.
Should we just cut straight through?
Saves time.
Alice, there's something I want to tell you.
What's that, am I?
I was thinking that...
What? Am I? Why are you dressed like that?
Good evening,
For that
Flight
matter,
305 passengers.
What am I wearing?
We regret to inform you that there will be a prolonged delay of our flight due to a minor mechanical issue. This will require you
I
to
didn't bring any
disembark from
luggage,
the
I
plane.
guess.
If it's minor, why do we have to get off the plane?
Wait.
We appreciate you
I know.
flying with us this evening
This is
and
a
wish you a
20th
very
century
happy
airplane.
Thanksgiving. Please gather your personal items and disembark.
Oh, hey, look out! Oh!
Stewardess,
Yes,
Walked
ma'am.
right through me.
I presume there's a connecting flight being set up for us.
I really don't know, ma'am. They'll tell you at the gate.
We may not have time.
Me like
What's
I
your
was
name?
a ghost. Oh, no!
Catherine, I'll be speaking to your manager about this. Oh, for goodness sakes, let's go!
Oh! Hey!
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy
Right
Thanksgiving.
here! I'm right here, people!
Happy Thanksgiving.
Can I just,
Happy Thanksgiving.
please, excuse me.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh!
Happy Thanksgiving.
Like I'm not
Happy
even there, but I am. I'm here. I'm here, aren't I? Am I? Am I?
Happy
Why does she
Thanksgiving.
keep looking over there? Why isn't that guy getting off the
Thanksgiving.
plane? Does he... Wait.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Why do I recognize him? Am I I know who that man is. We need to get out of here. Come on, gal. I don't want to walk through you. Oh, wow, look. Those must be law enforcement taking the passengers with them. Wait! Look at me. Why can't you see me? Why can't you see me? This sweater looks like it was knit by Timothy Leary on a bad weekend. Hey, I just realized you're not an android. Am I? Am I human again too? Catherine? Catherine! I wonder if this will work.
Oh! Alice! My God, what's happening?
I put my hand through your face and it snapped you out of it?
My God, Alice, I've been going through all this like a zombie, like I was only watching it all. But that man, Alice, that man, the one sitting there, he's got a bomb.
I know. Try to be calm.
It's in the case on his lap. His thumb is on the button. He's asked for $200,000 and 4 parachutes.
Yes, I know. I know where we are. I know what this is.
Why am I not an android, Alice? My God, I'm breathing. It's not the fake breathing I do to make humans comfortable. I'm really breathing.
I don't understand that part yet. Deep breaths. Let's calm down.
Miss, who are you talking to?
The others couldn't see me. Maybe he can't either.
I'm just communicating to the men refueling the plane, sir. Would you like another drink?
Yes. Bourbon and water, please.
Okay, he can't see me, Catherine. I know where we are and when. This man is a hijacker the FBI called Norjack. The newspapers called him D.B. Cooper.
I know it's Thanksgiving, but what year is it?
Sometime in the early 1970s. I want to say 1971.
You usually remember that stuff pretty well.
I think I'm human again, too. Not sure why, but it's scaring the hell out of me.
Does he blow up the plane? In history, I mean.
No. I'm not sure if his bomb was even real.
It looked real.
If we're calm and don't disrupt anything, he'll just jump off the plane with his money.
Oh. What do you mean?
Excuse me, miss. What did you say?
I said, here's your drink.
Oh, thank you. Come sit next to me.
He's itching to lift off.
What's taking the refueling so long?
They said there was some vapor lock early on. That's fairly ordinary.
Yes. How much longer?
Not much longer. I can call down if you'd like.
No. Too much chit-chat as it is. I'd like to depart soon, miss.
I understand.
When you get the call, they might try to pump you for some information. If they do, be sure to tell them that I have no intention of being taken alive.
You don't have to do that.
Catherine, don't.
Please don't presume, miss. You may go back to the front of the plane.
Seriously, Catherine, don't provoke him. If we're careful...
I know. It's those cigarettes he's smoking. The smoke was giving me a headache. What the hell is in them?
It's called tobacco.
I've heard of that. Doesn't that give you cancer? Why not cannabis?
Cannabis was illegal for most of the 20th century. People smoked tobacco instead.
I really don't understand your fascination with this century. And as for the clothing, your sweater looks like a box of crayons having a nightmare. And this uniform is itchy and it doesn't breathe well.
Polyester. At least you have a job. Look, when we get through this, we'll try to get back to our proper time.
Why would we do that?
First you're complaining about this century, now you're thinking of moving in. What happened to being a superhero?
I'm a human, Alice. I could have a normal life here.
You call getting hijacked normal?
I could get a different job. If I somehow managed to avoid getting cancer from all the secondhand smoke, I might have a nice life here.
Am I... Catherine, the thing you're feeling right now is fear.
I know that.
You're probably feeling it for the first time in a while. I feel it all the time.
And that's what makes us different. I'm an android having flashbacks, and you're a human who became a machine. Listen, I'll help you. I'll do whatever you want. But let's save questions about getting home until we're on the ground, okay?
Why are you talking like this?
Because I'm afraid. And it's the biggest thing I've felt since you reactivated me.
You want to stay here because you're afraid?
Yes! Isn't that crazy? I feel so small and helpless and fragile. All that confidence and sarcasm just melted away because suddenly my heart feels complete. Like for the first time ever. I'm not a collection of programs made to believe in things and look human. Alice, I feel whole, complete. Mother Invention never felt this way.
Okay. I understand that. At least I think I do. But I'm not really here with you. I'm not corporeal. We're muttering by a commode in a 500-year-old flying machine, right in the middle of the most infamous skyjacking of all time. One thing at a time, okay?
Right. One thing at a time.
Miss,
What?
I have the stuff.
Oh, what? I mean, yes, thank you.
Now, you watch yourself.
I hear a lot of talking over there.
I'll watch out.
You bring all that gear back here, miss.
Coming. It's just a bit heavy, that's all.
Should be. 60 feet of nylon, 4 times over. 10,000 $20 bills. What would you do with all that money?
I honestly don't know.
You must be able to think of something. Everybody needs money.
What are you going to do with it?
Catherine.
Well, if I told you it was for my sick mother, they'd check every hospital between here and the border. If I told you it was for gambling debts, they'd shake down every sharkskin suit from Reno to Atlantic City.
So you aren't going to tell me?
Catherine, this man is dangerous.
What if I told you that this was all just for the hell of it?
Some sort of daredevil.
Like Evel Knievel.
Like Evel Knievel.
I give up.
The guy with the motorcycle? I'm not dumb enough to do that.
Well, I never thought you were dumb.
Maybe the money's just a fringe benefit. Something to ensure that they take me seriously. Something for a rainy day.
It's pretty rainy out there. A storm's brewing.
Don't I know it?
The devil made you do it.
Think about those Apollo astronauts. They don't do it for the money. Fame would be a pain in the ass. They do it for the thrill. Me? I'm just a frustrated astronaut.
You're interested in space?
Isn't everyone?
I was always under the impression that people got bored with it after they came back from the moon.
Doesn't it stir something into you to gaze into the night sky, miss? To think about all those stars out there?
I don't know. I suppose I sort of take it for granted.
Planets, moons, asteroids, nebulae.
What did you just say?
All those heavenly bodies, further than the angels, but close as a cloudless country night.
I guess I just prefer to have my feet firmly on the ground.
You picked a funny line of work for that. All right, these are set. Get to the cockpit and tell those boys we're ready to get. In fact, bring one of them back here.
Of course.
Enjoying your date?
Will you not?
What else do you call all of that flirting?
We went across a galaxy to find your boyfriend, I'll remind you.
That's different.
And he turned out to be a corporate tool, a literal tool of the Exoplanetary Corporation. I'll talk to who I want to talk to, thanks much.
D.B. Cooper's not a good guy either. Can't believe I had to say that. I just want you to be careful. He could set off that bomb.
You said he didn't blow up anything.
I can't be sure that we're in anything like reality as we know it. I could be stuck between worlds forever, with only you as company.
Stuck between dimensions? Happens to superheroes all the time.
Again, with the superheroes. Just be careful.
Look, I might be onto something. Maybe we shifted into a parallel timeline? Maybe in this timeline, we stop the villain.
Maybe in this timeline, the moon is made of soft-serve ice cream. Maybe in this timeline, I find happiness and become a successful alpine yodeler with a recording contract and a heavy touring career. Or maybe this is the timeline where we mess up and get the plane blown up.
I just feel alive, okay? I'm super nervous and I feel like I want to throw up. I've never felt either of those things before.
I understand you're excited, but don't lose sight of the fact that neither of us are in our usual bodies. We can't have weapons pop out of our arms and open fire at our troubles. And most importantly, being human means I can't switch you back on if we mess up. You're mortal.
Good to know. All right, gentlemen, he seems ready to depart. He's asked for one of you to join him.
I'll go back. How does he seem?
He's a cool customer, like he does this every Thursday night.
Surely he can't be so casual.
Seems that way. And don't call me Shirley.
Of course not. Catherine.
That joke kills in a few years, I think.
Are you feeling giddy or something? Maybe you should go make some coffee while I talk to him. 2 sugars, 2 creams. Captain takes the same.
Maybe you should go make some coffee. Who does he think he is?
It's not a terribly enlightened time.
I've only been babysitting a hijacker all afternoon. Where's my fancy cap?
He's telling him to fly to Mexico City as slow as possible, no higher than 10,000 feet, and to keep the landing gear on while in the air, the cabin depressurized.
Why?
He's preparing for the jump.
But does that work? Does he survive?
I don't know. If they ever solved the case, I've never read about it. It was a mystery for decades.
So all of this, it might have been for nothing? He might not even live?
Catherine, you should prepare yourself. He might be about to make us jump.
What makes you think that?
He wants us flying low and with the cabin depressurized. We have to refuel in Reno. He seemed fine with that. I think he plans to gas up in Reno, then open the air stair and make us jump while he flies to Mexico City.
That doesn't make sense. He'd make us jump into the desert?
None of this makes sense. He's ruthless, Catherine. Here, I got these for my kid.
Comic books?
Why don't you read these? Calm down a bit. Oh, and don't forget about that coffee.
You can grind your own beans, you son of a... Hey, wow! Richie Rich Dollars and Cents. Richie Rich Millions. Richie Rich Fortunes. Sounds like he'd fit in on the board of Exoplanetary. And superheroes, too. Justice League of America, The Fantastic Four, Strange Adventures, The Amazing Spider-Man. Wait, I've never heard of this one. Metaphysical mystery romance comics. And the cover, someone jumping from an airplane. That's too much of a... But Sam, that means I'll never become a woman paratrooper. That's right, Penny. We can't have women fighting in Southeast Asia. But the freedom of the sky, Sam, I crave it. I crave it so. I'm afraid you have to take it up with the Pentagon. Now, how about you make a pot of coffee? Huh? I'll never take no for an answer. I'll show them all. I'm determined to be the first female paratrooper commando. And so Penny sneaked aboard the plane, trying desperately not to be noticed amongst the airmen. She concentrated, her eyes screwed shut. She found herself in a large hangar. There, she witnessed dozens of women assembling the very plane she flew in. Good Lord! Choke. Now, it was suddenly her turn. Penny burst into the sky and quietly counted to herself before pulling the ripcord. And as she did, Penny found herself falling through the future. The first woman on the moon. The first woman president. The women who cured cancer, tuberculosis, and heart disease. I did it. I landed. I've accomplished something truly great. I feel connected to all those women who won't let themselves be held back. And as Penny was dragged away by the military police, she cast another forlorn look to the sky. It was her first jump, but it wouldn't be her last. That's kind of a crummy ending. But it makes me think about how different I feel from Mother Invention. I feel complete now, somehow, and incomplete as an android. Is it possible to reconnect to this in the real world?
You folks have a good flight up there in the cockpit. Don't mind me.
I feel like I'm on the cusp of something.
What's your name, miss?
Catherine. My name is Catherine.
You should get on into the cockpit, Catherine. Go on now.
I was just thinking about what we were talking about earlier. You know, about why we do the things we do. I just had a big thought, and
Catherine, I need a little privacy for what comes next. You hear?
I just don't like the idea of you being alone out here.
Well, that's very kind of you. Time to say adios.
But do you remember what you said about doing stuff just for the hell of it? And it just made me concerned for you. Maybe it doesn't make any sense, but I've gone from being afraid of you to afraid for you. Something in me tells me that there's something I've been looking for, something missing, and maybe you can teach me.
I don't suppose that does make much sense. I couldn't teach pig Latin to a parrot. You're just feeling afraid, anxious. A fear's just your body telling you to think fast. Now, you take some deep breaths and go on into that cockpit with the crew. I'll come knock if I need anything, all right?
But it doesn't make sense, does it? For me to remain incomplete?
You'll figure it out once you got your feet back on the ground. As for me, I'll be seeing you in the promised land.
Catherine, you seem unusual. Are you all right? Maybe you should get into the cockpit, babe.
All right.
What was that I saw you reading earlier?
Oh, they're comic books. Kind of interesting.
Oh, wow. Metaphysical mystery romance comics. I've never seen an actual copy of these. These are weird stories. You ever seen this one? It's a classic. It's called All My Dreams Are of Flying. This teenage girl suddenly loses interest in everything. She thinks she's sick. She wakes up one morning and starts running east, sleeping rough in the evenings. She has these dreams about flying. She's finally at peace. 2 months later, she's in Washington, D.C., outside the White House, and she starts coughing uncontrollably. It turns out that she was infected with intelligent alien microbes who used her as a method of transport. The dreams of flying were the aliens trying to get her airborne. Once they depart her body, she starts floating into the air. The microbes say better late than never. Weird stories in these. They were my favorite.
Doesn't it strike you as odd that one of your favorite comics just happens to be in the stack?
Not that weird. They were kind of a cult thing. Now I'm feeling odd.
Like you're sick?
Kind of flushed. Maybe my body is finally arriving. Or worse yet, maybe I've been infected by little visitors.
Well, if you feel like you're going to cough, be sure to cover your mouth.
Little passengers moving in and out of me. Maybe that could be our jobs here. You can be the flight attendant, and I can be the...
Be careful!
I'm not sure why. I feel a little lightheaded, and now it feels like my heart is racing. What is this? What is it? Catherine, I think I figured it out. I think I'm the plane. I'm the plane! That's why only you can see me, Catherine. I'm Flight 305. No! Don't you open that door!
Keep flying, my ride's here!
What the hell are you doing?
Hey there!
Catherine, get back in the cabin.
I figured you out, Cooper. I solved your mystery.
Catherine, don't force me to hurt you.
You're not gonna hurt anyone. You're gonna open that air stair and you're gonna jump into the night, into the storm, into the mystery.
That's right.
And you're gonna take me with you.
I think maybe this air's a little too thin for you.
Really? Because earlier today, I didn't have to breathe at all. I like this. It's brisk.
Catherine, I appreciate your interest, and you're a nice girl and all, but...
Don't you get it? You hijacked my best friend. She's the plane. You're trying to communicate with two computers and find the right language, the right way to communicate with us.
I think you might be a little crazy.
I might be. And I might be attracted to people who are no good for me. I've only been human for about half an hour. I'm still learning who I really am.
You sound like one of those self-actualization cults.
Really? I used to be an android nun. Alice told me something about a flying nun once. Maybe that's me.
Now that's close enough.
Oh, Cooper, or whatever your name is. I just realized that I'm not meant to be a machine. I'm meant to be alive. Not just real as in something you can hold in your hand, but present as in someone you hold close and... Do you feel that, Cooper? I've been feeling it all day. It's fear. You know what it means, right?
Your body telling you to think fast.
I have. I used to be able to think faster, fractions of a second. But it means that I'm meant to be human, flesh and blood, and if I want to stay this way, I can't stay in place. I can't keep my feet on the ground in 1971. I need to jump with you, Cooper.
Are you sure?
I'm not. I'm really not.
You take the other chute then. Strap in. Get clear of the plane. Count 10 Mississippi. And pull the ripcord.
With that, Catherine held Cooper's hand as they moved onto the lowered air stair and stepped out into nothing. For a moment, she forgot everything Cooper told her. She even lost sight of the man until she saw the white nylon cloud unfurl from his pack. She quickly pulled her own ripcord and fell into the winds, riding the freezing raindrops into the cold embrace of the pitch-dark ground below her. Catherine knew this was no oblivion. She knew it was the part of the dream before she awoke.
And you woke up?
I did, in more ways than one.
I still don't understand how you figured it out.
The clues were very obscure, but when I brought up superheroes again, you remembered the comic books.
I used them to try to explain what I was.
A tiny passenger who mistook me for a vehicle. Not the best first impression.
When you entered the nebula, I could sense that you were communicating somehow. At first, I thought you were both a single entity. Then I realized Mother Invention was your passenger.
More true than you know.
So the comic book, that was my subconscious mind telling me what was happening.
Well, it was telling Catherine, too. Somehow we were all communicating through Alice's subconscious mind.
Which is why I thought I was saying that I was trapped in space and needed a ride. I picked the wrong stories. A hijacking. What an error. I apologize for the distress. It wasn't intentional.
Well, at least we've arrived in a system with a used spaceship dealership.
Finally.
But I don't think we can let you buy us a used spaceship.
I think it's the least he could do.
It truly is. I'm grateful for your rescue. I only wish I could do more.
Which one did you get for yourself?
This one.
It fits on your thumbnail.
Energy beings don't need much room.
So this Cooper we see in front of us is a projection?
An avatar. I should be going.
Farewell, Cooper. Safe travels.
And for you both as well. For you, Mother Invention, I wish you my best on your journey. If I can be of assistance, you need but call. Farewell. This might look a little strange.
He wasn't wrong about that. And that kiss.
On the hand. It was continental, friendly.
Very friendly. I guess I just thought that as an android nun.
Celibacy hasn't been a thing since the Exodus. Besides, my personal life isn't anyone's business. If I want to flirt with energy beings, that's my lookout.
Of course, of course.
Alice, I've changed considerably since you brought me back online. But when I was Catherine, I felt whole. Like I was complete in a way that lives on the edge of my memory.
You think you're post-human like me?
Perhaps I'm something else. I don't really know.
Whatever I can do to be helpful, I want to be your friend as you discover whatever this means for you, am I?
Thank you. You are a good friend to me, Alice. The best thing we can start with is this spaceship. Then I have someone I want to look up.
We have to give the ship a name first. Bad luck to fly on a nameless ship.
Did you have any ideas?
Yes. The Starship Continental.
You are not going to let that go, are you?
The Starship Friendly. I shouldn't give you a hard time. Now, I'm just wondering how you know, with an energy being.
You have fun finding out.
God, I've become so rude.
You really have. I'll overlook it. Now, the name.
Yes. I know. The Starship Volare.
Naming it after flight. Or wait, is that a type of 20th century automobile?
It is. And a pop single. Forgive me.
Forgiven. We should probably figure out how to fly it and all.
Here's to the Volare.
The Volare.
You have been listening to Exoplanetary, Far Above the World, written by C. Christopher Hart, performed by
Firiel Elliot as Alice Wolverton,
Stephanie Leet as Mother Invention,
Daniel Rhovan as Cooper,
Michael Burles as the first officer,
Rhiannon Dowling as Mrs. Karen Hammerstein,
Ash Freeman, script consultant.
produced by C. Christopher Hart.
Music provided by Jacob Jansen.
Sound effects by Danger Marshall.
This play, the characters, situations, and associated intellectual property, copyright 2021 by C. Christopher Hart. All rights reserved. Performed at the Willamette Radio Workshop in sunny Portland, Oregon.
Hope you enjoyed our latest foray into cosmic strangeness. Our next episodes will be a 4-part season finale, essentially a feature-length Exoplanetary broken into 4 parts. You should be hearing that in the new year. In the meantime, rate and review, support if you can, but please continue telling your friends about the show. Tell your frenemies about the show. Tell Grandma and Grandpa, tell Mom and Dad, tell the kids, tell everyone you know, tell your neighbors. Your word of mouth, online and in person, takes our show around the world, and we appreciate it so much, so please continue doing it. Happy holidays. We'll be seeing you in the near future.